Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at 6.
That information can become very valuable down the line as a patient's in the hospital, especially if you were out of town.
It's a great idea for most mobile devices, apps, or built-in technology that stores your important health information, including any medical conditions, emergency contacts, and allergies.
But in a situation where seconds mark the line between life and death, or if you're in a place where nobody knows who you are, how helpful is this technology? Valley News Team's Bradford Eric talks with paramedics and doctors about what works and what doesn't.
You've got your social media, your messaging apps, the VNL weather app, and maybe even your medical information.
One of the toughest things that we would encounter is kind of knowing where to look at it.
Jason Eblin with FM Ambulance says the built-in technology on iPhones and the many apps out there are a great idea.
In practice, it's tough for us to use it in an emergency type situation.
If you're in a serious situation, they're not going to spend the time swiping through your device. That's where a medical bracelet or necklace is more useful.
You know, let's say you had to go to a hospital here that you weren't used to going to. It's helpful for them to have access to that information in a handy manner.
It helps for some things to have on a mobile device. That would be like your emergency information.
Dr. Newman with Sanford Health says it's helpful to list things like important medication. Think insulin or information such as a pacemaker or serious conditions like epilepsy. But there's a price to having your info readily available.
So if you have this that's very convenient to get on your phone, remember that your coworkers, friends, family, anybody that can take your phone for 15 minutes is going to have access to your medical information.
Another area where this information is helpful is identifying a person. If you're just passing through an area and are admitted to the hospital, it helps doctors know who you are and how to contact your next of kin. Dr. Newman says mobile medical information is the future, but right now it's more of a good theory than it is in practice. Bradford Eric, Valley News Live.
FM Ambulance says they've used the voice commands or Siri function of many phones to help them in emergency situations.
Nice to see the sunshine today, but the real story in the weather is what's to come later this weekend. Let's begin our coverage by finding out what's happening tonight, and Hutch is here with a first look. Hutch?
Well, as that Skycam shot showed live, we are enjoying a gorgeous setting sun. Blue skies to fiery orange out there as things have really been quiet and mild today. Here is a look at what we are expecting to change, though, as we go through Sunday. We'll enjoy mild temperatures through Saturday, but by Sunday morning, mixed precipitation changing to all snow as temperatures fall into the 20s with gusty winds. By midday, this storm system will be pushing into the valley with a mixture of moderate snowfall amounts as well as wind gusts over 60 miles per hour. There's a storm we're watching. More on that in a second. For this evening, Mike, temperatures steady in those low 20s. South winds. Better enjoy it while we can. I'll have details if you have travel plans for Sunday. You may have to change them. We'll get the latest for you here in just a few moments.
Yeah, and that's important information. Thanks, Hutch.
A man is facing several drug-related charges after police say he tried to ditch some meth and hide drug paraphernalia during a traffic stop. Officers say Colt, West Dakota, initially tried to give the name of a family member and attempted to hide drug paraphernalia before being ordered out of the vehicle. The officers later conducted a search warrant where they found 2 aluminum-style water containers. The liquid inside tested positive for meth. The containers are suspected to contain approximately 3 gallons of liquid meth.
Police are looking for a man who shoplifted from a Grand Forks Walmart and then pulled a knife on an employee. It happened just before midnight, according to authorities. The man allegedly took several items from the Walmart on Gateway Drive, and when a store employee tried to stop him, he showed the knife and verbally threatened the employee. He's described as being approximately 5 feet 5 inches tall, wearing a dark hooded jacket with a hood up. His face was partially covered by what appeared to be a white scarf or a bomber-style hat. He took off on foot. Now, anyone with information on the individual's whereabouts, you are asked to contact the Grand Forks Police Department.
5 weeks after John Henry Torres of East Grand Forks died following an apparent fight outside a Crookston bar, the victim's family is still asking why no one's been arrested. Signs says her husband, John Torres, walked out the door of this Crookston bar with a man on Christmas Day and returned a few minutes later, saying he was jumped by 3 white guys. He was bleeding from his ear and taken to All True Hospital, where he died a week later from a brain bleed. The Polk County prosecutor issued this statement to Valley News Live via email. The case is still under under review and investigation. As such, I have no further comment to make at this time.
I'm still really shaken up about this. My kids having a hard time where we're gonna have to have family counseling, and my 6-year-old has separation anxiety, where she thinks that I'm gonna walk out that door and not come back, just like her dad.
A fundraiser is being held in Grand Forks tomorrow for Rita's Signs and the 4 children John Henry Torres left behind. It's being held at the Knights of Columbus on University Avenue between 5 p.m. and 12 a.m. It features a silent auction and DJ.
Well, it's Friday, so it's time to take a look at this week's Valley's Most Wanted. Authorities tell us that Dylan Breen is wanted for possession of a controlled substance and for failure to appear on charges, as well as probation violation. Call your local law enforcement if you have any information on Breen's whereabouts.
The Better Business Bureau in Minnesota and North Dakota tallied up all the customers' complaints over the last year, and they have the top 10 most complained about businesses. Topping the list, new car dealerships. Number 2, newspapers. 3rd, used car dealerships. And 4th, property management companies.
Which one of those makes you the most mad, would you say? Property management? Probably property management, yeah. What's your biggest complaint about apartments?
Probably the cleanliness of them sometimes, because they just basically slap a coat of paint on there and shampoo the rug.
At the bottom of the list, banks, auto repair, construction, furniture, electronics, and contractors.
Men, women, and gender neutral. Those are the options for bathrooms at more and more public places and even college campuses. The additions and renovations of buildings on NDSU is providing the opportunity for the campus to be more inclusive to those in the LGBT community. Valley News Team's Ashley Bishop talked with an NDSU spokesperson about why they feel these bathrooms are important for students.
A single sink and toilet, known to some as a family restroom, but also a gender-neutral bathroom.
Some people might be kind of confused, trying to figure out what it is, and in the reality, it's just a restroom.
This is just one of the gender-neutral bathrooms that NDSU has to offer. Doesn't matter your gender or what you identify yourself as, anyone can come in and use it.
It's not just transgender students who are using the gender-neutral restrooms. I think it's just a convenient thing for a lot of different people, and so I haven't heard a great deal of, or any real backlash to it.
NDSU has been working for several years to create a safe and convenient space for students. The campus has more than 20 gender-neutral bathrooms, with many being in the dorms. While nationally this type of restroom isn't a new thing, regionally, NDSU is just one of a few colleges leading this effort.
Regionally, I think we're just, some campuses are just starting to talk about this.
I think it's just North Dakota is becoming more aware of what's going on in society around them.
The campus doesn't ask students or faculty about their gender identity, but Gravely Stack says more transgenders are coming out, and she has seen an increase on campus.
And I think that probably reflects just some changes in our society, that there's an increasingly greater acceptance through knowing that you have role models and things like that. And then also just a recognition that on campus we're trying to change some things to be a better place. And so I think some people are choosing to come here because of that.
In Fargo, Ashley Bishop, Valley News Live.
Lactation rooms have also been added to some of the newer buildings on campus for new mothers.
It's a competition that just may save a life. February is American Heart Month, and today, Sanford's rehab programs in North and South Dakota are wagering their own version of the Super Bowl. It's called the Cardiac Rehab Challenge, and doctors and patients are hoofing it big time on a special treadmill. Their aim, in addition to getting a good workout for the heart muscle, is to see which team can knock off the most miles over the 10 hours of competition. Now, this is the 4th year of the Sanford Cardiac Challenge. The Fargo team won last year, logging nearly 75 miles.
Miss North Dakota made a stop in Fargo today. How she lifted the spirits of one kid with leukemia.
Much of our day on Super Bowl Sunday will be filled with snow and winds gusting over 50 miles per hour. Your hour-by-hour forecast details are next.